we're at a point where conservative pastors are being called woke for quoting the Bible. And it's funny seeing this happening to John Piper specifically, if you remember a certain tweet from 2010. But let's read this tweet first. So the famous, extremely conservative pastor John Piper posted, quote, "You shall treat the stranger who sojourns with you as the native among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you are strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God." Leviticus 19:34. Then he said, "Christians know the miserable bondage we were all in." And Sean Foyt, worship leader and MAGA activist, said, "Never imagined a theologian I once looked up to would become so unbelievably woke while weaponizing scripture to justify the illegal invasion of a sovereign nation." Now, when I was growing up, right-wing Christians used to argue and say they're just trying to be biblical. And now we're seeing a growing faction of right-wing Christians rejecting the Bible in favor of becoming more right-wing and just using Christianity as a weapon in the culture war against social justice. And that culture war is their real faith. And it's funny because this stuff rarely pops up on my radar these days. I try to avoid it. And most of the Christians I know that the Bible is filled with verses about welcoming immigrants and treating them right. And I wish that was just basic moderate Christianity 101 for everybody. But it's especially funny seeing this happen to John Piper because in 2010, Rob Bell, who was an evangelical pastor at the time, wrote a book questioning hell, and John Piper tweeted, "Farewell, Rob Bell." It was a huge, famous tweet at the time. And now, the same conservative Christians who were on his side back then are farewelling John Piper. And they're saying he's done and throwing him away. But I'm glad there are a lot of us waking up and realizing how ridiculous all of this is.